The Final Diagnosis, Артура Хейли. It's the reason we have those places you talked about, the sanatoria, the homes for incurables. It's why we preserve people, all the people we can, the weak as well as the strong, because it adds up to one thing, survival. It's the standard of medicine, the only one we can possibly have. For a moment he expected Swan to lash back as he had before, but the old man was silent. Then he looked over at his daughter. Pour Dr. O'Donnell some more brandy, Denise. O'Donnell held out his glass as she approached with the decanter. There was a soft rustle to her dress, and as she leaned towards him he caught a faint, tantalizing waft of perfume. For a moment he had an absurd, boyish impulse to reach out and touch her soft dark hair. As he checked it, she moved over to her father. Replenishing the old man's glass, she asked, "If you really feel the way you say, Father, what are you doing on a hospital board?" Eustace Swan chuckled. "Mostly I'm there because Arden and some others are hoping I won't change my will." He looked over at Arden Brown. "They reckon there can't be long to wait in any case." "You're doing your friends an injustice, Eustace," Brown said. His tone contained the right mixture of banter and seriousness. "And you're a liar." The old man was enjoying himself again. He said, "You asked a question, Denise. Well, I'll answer it. I'm on the hospital board because I'm a practical man. The world's the way it is, and I can't change it even though I see what's wrong. But what someone like me can be is a balancing force. Oh, I know what some of you think, that I'm just an obstructionist." Arden Brown interjected quickly. "Has anyone ever said that?" "You don't have to." Swan shot a half-amused, malicious glance at the board chairman. "But every activity needs a break on it somewhere. That's what I've been, a break, a steadying force. And when I'm gone, perhaps you and your friends will find you need another." "You're talking nonsense, Eustace, and you're doing your own motives an injustice." Arden Brown had evidently decided to be equally direct. He went on, "You've done as many good things in Burlington as any man I know." The old man seemed to shrink back into his chair. He grumbled, "How do any of us really know our own motives?" Then, looking up, "I suppose you'll expect a big donation from me for this new extension?" Arden Brown said smoothly, "Frankly, we hope you'll see fit to make your usual generous contribution." Softly, unexpectedly, Eustace Swan said, "I suppose $250,000 would be acceptable." O'Donnell heard Arden Brown's quickly indrawn breath. Such a gift would be munificent, far more than they had expected, even in their most sanguine moments. Brown said, I can't pretend, Eustace, frankly I'm overwhelmed." "No need to be." The old man paused, twirling the stem of his brandy-glass. "I haven't decided yet, though I've been considering it. I'll tell you in a week or two." Abruptly he turned to O'Donnell. "Do you play chess?" O'Donnell shook his head. "Not since I was in college." "Dr. Pearson and I play a lot of chess." He was looking at O'Donnell directly. "You know Joe Pearson, of course." "Yes, very well." "I've known Dr. Pearson for many years," Swan said. "In 3 Counties Hospital and out of it." The words were slow and deliberate. Did they have an undertone of warning? It was hard to be sure. Swan went on. "In my opinion, Dr. Pearson is one of the best qualified men on the hospital staff. I hope that he stays in charge of his department for many years to come. I respect his ability and his judgment completely." Well, there it is, O'Donnell thought. Out in the open and in plain words, an ultimatum to the chairman of the hospital board and the president of the medical board. In as many words, Eustace Swan had said, "If you want my $250,000, hands off Joe Pearson." Later, Orden Brown, Amelia, and O'Donnell seated together in the front seat of the Browns' Lincoln convertible had driven back across town. They had been silent at first. Then Amelia said, "Do you really think $250,000? Her husband answered, "He's quite capable of giving it, if he feels inclined." O'Donnell asked, "I take it you received the message?" "Yes." Brown said it calmly, without embellishment, and without seeking to pursue the subject. O'Donnell thought, "Thank you for that." He knew this had to be his problem, not the chairman's. They dropped him at the entrance to his apartment hotel. As they said good night, Amelia added, "Oh, by the way, Kent, Denise is separated but not divorced. I think there is a problem there, though we've never discussed it. She has 2 children in high school, and she's 39. Orden Brown asked her, "Why are you telling him all that?" Amelia smiled, because he wanted to know. She touched her husband's arm. "You could never be a woman, dear, not even with surgery."